Welcome back to my channel. Right in the middle of my basement renovation, I got ill, my chickens got ill, and we're moving into busy spring. Thankfully, Daniel stepped in, made me food, and sorted out a few things in the garden while I was resting. Before getting really sick, at least I managed to make some progress in the basement.
Perfect. Wow, I'm literally using up every last piece of tongue and groove that I have left to cover that last side. I have a couple, but they're not usable really. Time to paint. Much excited. Oh, and I will have paint everywhere. Stuff like this. Ooh. Woo! There is so much stuff in here. Oj, vilken glibber det blir. Ja. So exciting. Oh. Nej, den kommer inte passa på den såklart. I have to make a cutout for this as well. Other than that, it seems to fit. It seems to fit. And there's also one here. That. Now let's see. Woo! Nej! Nej. Va? Jo. Jo. Herregud vad bra. Ja men kolla. Jo, detta är fan perfekt alltså. One of the chickens got really ill recently, and I had to put her down as well. I'm really quite concerned about what's happening, so I've contacted the National Veterinary Agency, and I'm now shipping Emmeline to them for analysis, so I can find out what's wrong with them, basically. It's so heartbreaking every time, and like not being able to help them. There isn't actually a lot of help for chickens here. Basically you need to have a cat or a dog and the veterinarian will help you, but here it's like, yeah, they either don't have knowledge or they can't issue any medicine or prescriptions for chickens. So now I just have to wait for the result. Nice. I was just going to cut this piece of plywood to fit it in here, and then I came up with a bunch of fun ideas that I could do with the plywood. One for the cover for the ventilation, and also a little sign. Might not do it right now, but now I've got the pieces. Okay. Ja. Det kan vara lite mycket. Jag bredar den en och en halv. Nästan två. didn't quite work out. I feel like I have two options. One is raising it a tiny bit, which I think I will do. Also trying to get the top of that little step further down so we can open all the way. But I'll begin with raising it and then we'll see if it works. Right. Okay, so it's gonna have to be a combination of two. But I'll sort that out in a bit because now I want to put the top one on. Let's see a small issue. Let's see if that helps at all. Awesome. No. It works. I'm gonna tailor this shelf so that they all align. I have no laser, so I thought I would be able to do it this way by measuring where it's even, how many millimeters there is at a difference, and then sort of calculate how much I should take off of each end of the shelf. I think you'll see what I mean when I get going. I feel like I need an adult. I'm scared this is gonna go wrong. But if it does go wrong, I'm sure there is a way to fix it afterwards. So I am just gonna go for it. Time to go and see if it fits. My voice is really... oh. Yeah. I've been a little bit sick for a couple of days, and now I'm starting to feel it. This is probably the last thing I'll be doing today. And then I'm gonna go read and enjoy the sunshine. That's good. I must have taken a little bit too little off of this end because it's not quite level. It's millimeters.
Anna is a bit ill. I'm trying to build a house for bats. She's always wanted one. I borrowed her camera, promised to film some, even though I can't. See if I can show you. Yeah, here it is. And the bats, they don't need more space than that to get in. That didn't go well. No. So. Ja, 15 år ner. How did it get? It's beautiful. Oops. So if you see any poo line here, you can know that someone has moved in, preferably a bat. So I'm gonna show Anna this one now. See what she thinks. Vill du komma?
Shit, vad fint! Wow! Okay. So sweet! I'm very excited to see if anyone moves in.
Me
I
too.
think so. Yeah.
I have no idea.
I'm also very glad to see that I'm not the only one that gets linseed oil paint in my face when
Right.
painting. Do I?
Do I?
Just a little bit here and there.
Okay.
Very sweet. Very sweet. Wow. So cool.
Very bra.
Det tror jag.
Ja.
I'm not feeling completely fine yet, but I've been out for more than a week. And I think at this stage I might as well start doing something. Not doing anything at all is probably not going to do much good either. So while I've been sick, I've been thinking a lot about how I can solve and make nice trims around this. I'm going to show you because the ceiling is very uneven, so it's going to have to be a little special solution, I guess. Already when I built this frame, it was quite tricky to figure out a way so that it wouldn't look super weird from below. I figured at the time I didn't want to make the sort of framing around the hole uneven, because then that would be visible from down here and it would look kind of strange. So I thought I would rather have straight framing and try and figure out how to make the trims around it to sort of cover that up. And now it's been ages and I've been thinking and thinking and thinking, and now I think I finally have figured out a way. And I'm gonna reuse some old trims that was in the old kitchen. Whoa. Going to anything. Okay. Dim. Okay, need a longer screw. Something I have a long time. Wait. Got it. Oh, fun. As I don't really have much to screw into, I'm using a bit of glue. It said this expired 3 years ago, but it's gluey. Okay, and then a couple of screws. Okay, that was tricky. fill in some of the cracks where it's uneven with this. All I need to do now is go over it again with another coat of paint, but other than that it's done, and I'm actually very happy with the result. These trims are a little bit more ornate than what I usually use, but that's what I had left over, and I have not spent anything on this. I've only used what I have laying around, so that's quite nice. Actually, for the entire thing, I haven't used anything new. It's so nice to just get something finished. So nice to get the chickens company. Before I even got the result back from the analysis of Emmeline, one of the other chickens, Silvana, she also got super sick, and she got like a completely swollen head you can see on one eye. So the other day Daniel and I let her go, and now I got the result back from the analysis, and it turned out Emmeline had like 4 different diseases. Apparently that's quite common, that they get multiple diseases and then that's what sort of takes them out, rather than just one. They can usually handle like some viruses and bacteria, but not all of them all at once. And I don't know where it came from. Could have been that they have carried it since they were little, or they have picked it up somewhere in the environment, because it can be spread with, anything really, rodents, other birds, stuff like that. Super sad. And I've been thinking a lot about what I can do now, and I have to say I was this close to just saying goodbye to all of them, including Panky and Carolina. But Panky was like, "What? Me?" She's like, "Yeah." Because I can't put any new chickens into the flock now that I know that they carry disease, because then likely those new chickens would get ill as well. And I think my best bet is to keep these 2 guys very happy until it's time for them to leave as well, and then I'm gonna try and hatch new baby chickens from eggs rather than buying live animals, because the most sure way to get diseases is to buy live animals. So that I'm not gonna do again, ever. And definitely not from different farms. So that was, it's been awful, I have to say. Digging. Trying to garden with chickens. Yep, you. What I'm planting now, they are called snowdrops, in Swedish at least. I've been watching a Swedish gardening show, and there they said that now is the perfect time to separate them from one another and place the bulbs, replant the bulbs in order to get them to then form like clusters of new flowers. And this I got super inspired by because I have been a little stressed out because spring got here really early and there's been bees and butterflies and stuff flying around looking for food, and I have no like early flowers whatsoever. And if they spread as willingly as they said on the gardening show, I should have plenty next year.